BalconyTV.
Hello, welcome back to Balcony TV Sydney. My name is Matt Field and we are on the rooftop of Sydney Harbour YHA, and today we're here with Joel Leggett. How are you going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, going really well, man.
That's good.
Thanks for coming up here.
Oh, no worries.
What song are you singing for us today?
I'm singing a song off my new album called Jeans.
Okay, it's Joel Leggett.
Maybe I would come home with eyes like you never thought I would. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. 'Cause the blind men say come with me, I'll show you all the things I see. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. Like that pair of shoes that you never wear, you just throw them in the basement like you don't care. I'm like that pair of jeans that you split out the seams, and maybe now or maybe never you would care for me. I'm like that breath of oxygen that sits in your lungs, and you breathe in and you breathe out, but is it ever enough? I'm like that pair of jeans that you split out the seams. Maybe I would come home with a heart like you never thought I would. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. And the blind man said come with me. I'm sorry son, but I can't see. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. Like that pair of shoes that you never wear, you just throw them in the basement like you don't care. I'm like that pair of jeans that you split out the seams, and maybe now or maybe never you would care for me. I'm like that breath of oxygen that sits in your lungs, and you breathe in and you breathe out, but is it ever enough? I'm like that pair of jeans that you split out the seams. Maybe I would come home with eyes like you never thought I would. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. The blind man said come with me, I'll show you all the things I see. 'Cause maybe I'm a lost boy in the dark, and everything is misunderstood. Thank you.
All right, that was Joel Leggett. Thanks, man. That was like really,
Alright.
really nice. It's
Thanks,
put me in a
Ed.
zone. I'm sort of like pretty chilled out now.
It's cool.
I guess like I want to talk a little bit about where you're from and stuff.
Yeah.
But the first thing I want to know is, can you tell us a little bit about that song? Like, what is that song about?
Yeah, that song is about a really good friend of mine who he went through a really rough time and thought about taking his life. So I kind of try to put myself in his shoes and write a song from that perspective. And it's kind of deep and it's hard to put yourself in that position, but
No, that's
kind of
I mean that's yeah. I felt that it was something pretty deep listening to it. So and anyway, that's cool, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank you.
You're from Central Coast.
Yeah.
Tell us what your experience is. Like, there's obviously Central Coast, for those who don't know, is like maybe an hour north of Sydney. Tell us what your experience is growing up on the Central Coast, and especially now doing your music, and what's the music scene like around the coast?
Yeah. Well, growing up, it's kind of just like I based a lot of my growing up around the beaches and surfing and stuff like that. And I guess the music scene all kind of, they wrap into one. Like it's pretty laid back, and like there's a good bunch of venues around on the coast too. They're all looking for like up and coming musicians, and
cool. Okay.
They all kind of got me a start, so it's really good.
And sort of surf culture and music culture sort of go hand in hand in a lot of ways up there, don't they? Yeah, right. Really that's kind of cool. So I guess what I'd like to know, it's a bit of a tough question, but if you could pick something that the Central Coast needed for the music, for the independent music that's happening around Central Coast at the moment, like what do you think it needs up there?
Maybe a few bigger venues, because we've got a lot of venues, but they're quite small.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice big venue would be pretty cool, and get some more artists.
Yeah,
going
right.
through 'em. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, that's
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Mayor of Gosford. I know you're watching. Bigger venues. Mayor of Wyong. I know you're watching. Bigger venues. Joel Leggett. Like, honestly, man, the music you're playing is really beautiful. If people who are watching now want to come and see a little bit more of you and what you do, is there anything happening in the near future they can come and watch you at?
On the 19th of March, I'm playing at a festival called Cast Off in Woy Woy, which would be cool.
Yep.
There's a few other artists from the coast playing there.
Yeah, okay.
And,
So that's 19th of March?
19th of March.
Yeah, right, okay.
Playing
And speaking of festivals, Mountain Sounds, that was actually a recent festival,
Yes.
wasn't it? Did you go along to that one?
I did.
Okay, how
was
was
really
it?
good. It's an awesome festival.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good, from what I can see, pretty good representation of like youth culture up on the Central Coast, and it's actually like the power behind the youth in the coast, right?
Definitely, yeah. It gives a lot of artists a chance to play on like a big stage and stuff. So
yeah, right. Is that something that you'd like to play at, one day?
Yeah, I reckon it'd be awesome.
Okay, so next year I'll come see you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm predicting it. I'll come watch you at Mountain Sounds next year. All right, mate. Where can people find your, where can people find you? Social media links, anything like that?
I do a lot of my promoting stuff over Instagram, so my Instagram's Joel Leggett, and I've got a Facebook page called Joel Leggett Music.
Okay, sweet. Well, there you have it. That's Joel Leggett. It's beautiful, beautiful music. There's a lot of stuff happening on the Central Coast, so if you're on the Central Coast, go out and support live music up there, because it's a really amazing place. So thanks, dude, for coming on the show.
Yeah,
really
thanks for having me.
No worries, dude.
Awesome.
We'll see you next time, Balcony TV.
BalconyTV.